is just so important to get. If you can make conversations, if you can speak to 2, 3, 5 people a day, no matter what. Sorry about that little background. If you can just talk to people, and I do what my mentor taught me. He said, Claude, get to the point, qualify it, and he couldn't explain what he did. Do you ever meet a natural born salesperson? Somebody, they walk into the room, probably like Jessica or Joseph, and I just want to make sure you guys are listening. And you ever meet these people? They're gregarious. They're, what's the word I'm looking for? They just
extrovert.
Charismatic.
Charismatic.
Extrovert?
Thank you. Great word. Charismatic. They can walk in. They're so comfortable in their own skin. They can talk to people spontaneously, improvisationally. They can, and they're just relaxed. Were you ever amazed by a really good speaker in front of a room, or a comedian or something? How do they do that? They don't look like they're nervous. They're just up there. They're having fun and everything. I've always been amazed by people. When I first got started, I couldn't talk to 2 nuns and a Boy Scout. Okay. It was just like that. And now I could do a cold call. You guys could pick a phone number out of a phone book and give me a number, and I could call that person, and I got a 50-50 chance of engaging them in a conversation. And that to me is the key to this business. That's why we role play so much. Applying the science with the art, the finesse, and put it together and talking to people. Who said that? Wade, you tell everybody what you posted in the Zoom room today. That you said you responded to my mind map. Remember?
Oh yeah. It was something about scaling up, the myth of scaling.
Scaling. What is, right? Yes, the scaling. And what does scaling really mean? Well, the gurus love to use these words, scaling.
It's on it's exactly what I've done way too much. Is I try to get all this automation in place and everything else instead of doing the one thing. I'm avoiding the one thing that I should be doing, is making calls.
And they want to scale, okay, but I don't think scaling, automating everything, delegating to other people who don't know your business, who don't have your skills or knowledge, and I think you lose something when you take away the personal effect of speaking of doing attraction marketing. So you have people who know who you are, who schedule with you or want to speak to you, or you can return a call to them. And somebody has a little background noise here. I'm going to have to mute a few of you. And that's just speaking to people directly, and in one phone call, making that offer. That's fantastic. I mean, if you can do that mathematically, you have a much better chance of doing a deal and making money today, in my opinion. I mean, that's what I do. My job is to teach you guys the mistakes I made. Okay. I used to have employees. I used to delegate a lot of stuff. And in the end, it was me talking to people that got the deal done one-on-one, and asking them questions. And then we got a little more sophisticated in my research. We found out the different psychological triggers. Why? I always ask myself, why should someone buy from me today? Why should they give me a lease purchase? Why should they want to buy my products or services? How do I get them interested? How do I get them so they're asking me questions that I can turn into my questions and get them into that emotional state we always talk about? What's the $1 million rule? Somebody help me. The most important thing I teach. People make
immediate decisions emotionally. And then they justify them.
Think about yourself. Is that true? We talk about that all the time. Has anyone here made a decision emotionally, maybe lived to regret it the next day because you made it too fast? You didn't get all your facts and figures and everything, or something socially,
Yes.
Yeah. It can be when you get into that emotional state, which Guts is based on that, getting people we still have to get intellectual and explain the numbers and the contract and everything else.
Yeah.
But But if we do the emotional selling in the beginning, it works so much better. Let's do some role plays here. Who's first? Tim, you were first. What's your role play? Give me a stall, objection, or something you want to deal with.
How about a homeowner that, like, I do a lot of cold calling for homeowners that aren't necessarily ready for selling. So how about a homeowner that you are calling and they are in foreclosure, but they're not necessarily ready to sell yet?
Okay. Okay, you're going to call. Are you going to call? Am I going to be the guy in foreclosure? You're going to sell.
I'll be the guy in foreclosure. That way you can.
You'll be the guy in foreclosure. You're going to give me the hard job. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is this a totally cold, freezing call? And I found out about your situation, or you called me? You somehow got hold of me through my market.
Totally cold.
Totally cold. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi. How can I? This is Claude. How can I help you?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got your number on a post-it here. This doesn't have anything to do with real estate, does it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. You're not. A lot of people call me because they're having a problem with their property. They're in default or foreclosure, behind in their payments, and I can fix that very quickly. I don't know if that's your situation.
Well, I am in foreclosure.
Oh, would you like to get out today of foreclosure?
I would love to get out of foreclosure today.
Can I ask you 2, 3 quick? And your name, sir? I'm sorry.
Tim Wilson.
How you doing, Tim? I'm Claude with Diamond Consulting Group and CC&R Property Investments Incorporated. I apologize. I was a little lost. All I had was a phone number here in front of me. Can I ask you 2, 3 quick questions? You ask me a few questions. I'll make you an offer or offer you a couple solutions, and we can either move forward or you can tell me to get lost. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, great. Boom. Time out.
Okay.
What did I just do with that freezing cold call? Someone give me a little analysis here.
So you
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead. No, please.
Well, I felt myself.
What role did I play when I called you up? Let's break it down. In the beginning, did I call you up like a slick salesman, or did I sound like a guy who was totally lost?
Totally lost.
What was the first thing I said? Did anyone pick it up? First thing.
How can I help you?
But I'm calling him. How can I say that, Joseph?
It sounds like I called you.
Yeah.
Like you're back to me.
And what do we call that when we on purpose confuse the other person?
Pattern
interrupt.
Right. It's just to get them out of that. People answer questions automatically most of the time. I got to get them out of this. I don't want to sound like a telemarketer or something. I just wanted to confuse them and get them a little off balance. And then I slowly fix it. Oh, I usually call people. I got your number here. This isn't about real estate. Boom. So right away. And then I got him to reveal something. Go ahead, Tim. Keep going on your analysis of that role play.
I just felt like I was well, there was no wall. I didn't have what I usually experience is that homeowner who's like, you just want to buy my house. I want to save my house.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to sell. And you're a shark, you're a snake. You want to come steal my house from me. And I didn't feel that at all. In fact, I felt like I liked how you worded things where, as far as our conversation is concerned, we can continue having a conversation because you are still potentially going to help me with what I believe to be my challenge, which is to save my home. Like you haven't stopped that yet by telling me, and you even snuck in, but you snuck in that you're an investor and things like that. But that kind of just flowed through with no problem. And a lot of times I struggle with telling people that I'm looking to buy their house because I know, or at least I think I know, when they pick up the phone that they're still in the mindset of saving their home. Like they haven't listed it for sale. They haven't reached out for sale. They're probably still trying to do a loan mod.
Right. And did you see, the trouble is, let's be realistic. Usually, are we the first phone call they've received?
No.
No.
They
Never.
might have received 10 phone calls already. So, and most people use the same verbiage. Hi, I'm just reaching out to you today. Hi, Merry Christmas. I hear you're in foreclosure and I'd like to, and they say the same verbiage. And the
Right.
prospect might be getting a little depressed, maybe getting a little angry, maybe, and all these phone calls are embarrassing maybe to them. Okay, so how hard, if you're using the same verbiage that everyone else is doing, how are you going to differentiate yourself, get their attention, get information, maybe even get a deal? You've got to do something. You've got to remember what Apple used to do in their commercials, and they show a picture of Einstein. Think different. Okay, you've got to do things different, because what's the definition of insanity?
Doing everything.
Same thing, expecting the same result, a different result.
So if we're doing the exact same thing that everyone else is doing, and we're getting, let's be honest, 95 to 100% rejection. The only person who'll talk to us is the old lady in Florida with the blue hair. Okay. I'm going to get letters from blue-haired ladies from Florida now. But the thing about it is, we have to do something different to get their attention, to shock the senses and get the door in. And then I went to the next thing. Once I found out that he wasn't, I let him on. I knew he was in foreclosure, but I wanted him to say it. And then I said,
Right.
And then I set the agenda, which is the first step in the gut sales method. We have 3 little steps. And the agenda, I basically asked permission to have a dialogue with him. Can I ask you a few questions? And then you can ask me a few. I'm setting the rules, like before a boxing match or a baseball or football game. There's always a referee, right? Why don't we set the rules, how we're going to behave in the beginning? That shows authority, doesn't it? Okay. And then I said, you know what? If I could ask you a few questions, I'll make you an offer or maybe give you a few solutions to your problem. Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
Boom. He said, yes, of course. So I cut right to the chase. What does he really want to hear? A solution or an offer? Then I went to the next step. And if you like it, great, we'll do business. If not, would you please tell me to get lost? Would you please fire me? Would you please hang up the phone? It's okay. There's so much psychology in the early step of the agenda. You do your pattern interrupt, then you go right into the first step, the agenda. Then the second step is the qualification, where we need certain information because we don't know how we're going to do the deal. We don't know how motivated they are. We don't know the time frame. We don't know anything about the money, how much they have, how much they want to spend, what's the mortgage, what's the payments. We don't know are we talking to the right person? How many people here have given brilliant presentations to the wrong person besides me? Okay. I mean, it's the worst, isn't it? You spend all that time. Oh, well, I'm not really the owner. Oh, I got to talk to my partner. And then you got to do it all over again.
Yeah.
Isn't that the worst? That was a good role play, Tim. And we've got to open the door. I think you said get over the wall or get the wall or the drawbridge down, something like that. If we can't get them, and if we can't open the door in the very beginning to get into a dialogue, and we just get shut down, take me off your list, call me after the holidays. Do we have we have zero opportunity, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's the worst thing? I did a mind map on this. What's the worst openers salespeople do? The worst opener. Anybody
Do you
know?
have time to talk?
Yeah, thank you, Joseph. No, I'm real busy, Joseph. Call me in 2 weeks. Bye-bye. Click.
Or they say, hi, how are you? It's like, who is this?
You know what drives me crazy? People say, hi, how are you? And then they don't let you respond. They go right into their presentation.
Yes.
Hi, how are you today? Isn't it wonderful? Another wonderful day in America. Hey, listen, I wanted to talk to you about your foreclosure.
Right.
What do you think's going on in their head?
Oh.
Yeah, what's the other opener they do? Hi, can I have a minute? What was the one? Hi, are you busy? Can I
Yeah.
have a minute of your time? Is now a good, oh, here's the one. Is now a good time to talk?
Mm.
And they say, and those are what we call closed-ended questions. And if they say no, because they know you're a salesperson, you're shut down immediately.
Yeah.
You get them on the phone, just go for it. If you have them on the phone, you know it's the owner or the person you need to talk to, just go for it. If they say to you, well, gee, how are you today? Oh, it's not so good. I'm not having a great day. My 5 chihuahuas were run over by an ice cream truck. It's been really sad over.
Oh, no.
You
Right.
you can have a lot of fun on these phone calls, even if you don't think you got a good deal. It's a great place to practice. How do you get good? You practice every day
Yeah.
on that. Okay, that was good. And so the opener is real important on it. And then the next thing, Tim, would be to find out about the property. You need to know how many months are they behind? What's the property worth? Does it need repairs? And in my mind, I'm thinking, how can I make money on this deal? What am I going to need to do? Am I going to get a sales contract? Am I going to get a lease purchase contract? Am I maybe going to do a consultation with this person? Am I going to sell them an information package or something like that? Am I going to refer them to my attorney who might help them save their house?
Right.
I mean, I always think, how can I make money on this deal? What strategy am I going to use? And then I'll make them some, after I get the information, I get an idea how to do business. Then I go to the third step, commitment to close. And I've got to get these little commitments. Sir, if you found a solution to your problem to get you out of this foreclosure, or at the least help you get some of your equity back before it goes to the court, that isn't something you'd be interested in doing, is it?
I would really like to keep my house.
Okay,
But
well, I'd really like to
guess
be
if it
6
was in
foot.
my own house,
Yeah, but what are you going to do? You said the bank's notified you. It's going to foreclosure court. You're 8 payments behind. Do you want me to tell you the truth or just kid you here?
I want the truth.
You're going to lose your house by January 15th, unless you do something right now.
Right.
Should we move forward or should I get out of here and leave you alone?
We should move forward. Like I literally am feeling like I'm feeling FOMO. Like, man, if this guy doesn't help me, I don't have any other option.
You're right. We call that the Godfather close, by the way. It's my Sometimes you have to make them an offer they can't refuse. And you do that by just the deer in the headlights. You tell them the unbelievable truth. But sir, you want the truth or you want me to sugarcoat everything and lie to you?
Yeah, you got permission to smack me with that too.
That's another shock and awe or pattern interrupt. What happens when we have an unrealistic prospect?
Nothing.
Yeah. You're not going to do a deal with them. And you better step on their toes. Sometimes you got to step on their toes a little bit. You got to tell them, sir, maybe no one's told you this, but you're going to lose this house and you have $100,000 equity in it.
Oh.
Based on what you told me. Would you like to
So-
walk away? Go ahead.
No, I was just asking, so if you have unrealistic prospect and you nailed them with that phrase, you're gonna lose this house, you got 100,000 equity in it. He's like, no, I'm gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. I'm fine.
I'm not worried about it, sir. I'm worried for you. You don't have family that lives with you in that house, right?
I mean, don't worry about it.
I'm not. I said it before. I'm not worried. But do you want me to tell you the truth before I go, or should I just leave?
Yeah, tell me the truth.
You're going to lose this home. You're going to lose your equity. You're going to be on the street or living in your mother-in-law's attic with the 5 gerbils.
Yeah. Okay. So you lay out the before I go. Okay.
Listen, what do you have to lose? You lost the sale anyway. You know when you've lost the sale, right? Don't we
Right.
know it?
Not just playing around with the conversation.
Now do you have anything to lose by shock and awe, by smacking them, by telling them you're making one of the greatest here's one of my favorite lines. Sir, before I go, I got to tell you this, okay? When I get off the phone, it's going to bother my conscience unless I tell you one more thing. Is it all right?
Yeah.
You're making the greatest financial mistake of your life right now, and we could possibly fix it. Why aren't we doing that?
I just don't know you, you know.
My wife said the same thing on our honeymoon, but here we are 36 years later. Sometimes
You just gotta take a chance.
that's my style.
There you go.
Okay, don't copy all this.
That's a good line.
Sometimes, seriously, sometimes when you have a serious moment and you throw in some humor, it changes the atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
You can have fun. You're going to lose the sale anyway. What's it going to hurt to say, sir, you're probably making the greatest financial mistake of your life right now. Why are we doing this? Why are you doing this? He's a child right now. People go through different emotional areas in a foreclosure. Have you guys, well, what do they call it? The 10 different steps of denial or whatever, anger, and everything else. Can you lose? I mean, I'm not looking to fight with anybody or anything like that, but can sometimes you save a deal by changing your words or tactics?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, is your competition, well, we've been talking about the last 27 minutes. Is your competition going to do what we're talking about today?
No.
No. And I've been studying successful salespeople all my life, successful entrepreneurs, and they have usually great communication skills, high confidence, very high confidence. And do you think Elon Musk, I've talked about this, he spent $44 billion on Twitter.
Yeah.
And he may turn it around, or he may lose that $44 billion. What do you know about his personality?
Risk taker.
He's a risk taker. Do you think he believes in himself?
Yes.
He's the guy who started PayPal and Tesla and all these other. I love studying successful people because they're usually outrageous personalities. Steve Jobs. I've read every book on Steve Jobs. Was he a little bit crazy?
Eccentric. He was eccentric.
Did you ever read about him in the early days of Apple? He didn't bathe. He walked around the office with all these other people barefoot. He had a house with the guy is a multimillionaire, and he had a house with no furniture in it.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a little crazy. How about another role play? Give us another one. That was good, Tim. Nice going, man. Did that help?
Oh yeah. Thank you. That was great.
Everything we do is for a reason, Tim. There's no waste. Because we got to get into that dialogue, that conversation. We got to get the facts. We want to get a commitment or get out. But isn't it better if we're in control of the whole thing? If we have a system and we know how to control it rather than winging it all the time?
Yeah.
It'll make a big difference. Now the role play. Go ahead. Who's got one? Throw it at me.
Well, I got a question. Like, how do you handle if you're calling like listings that are, I don't know, like 90 days behind, and you're trying to, I don't know, swing like seller financing or like a lease purchase? Do you ever even try to cold call those people, those agents?
Ring.
Hello?
What happened?
What do you mean?
Are you the owner of 121 Avocado Lane?
Oh no, I'm the agent for it.
Oh, how come it didn't sell?
Well, I mean, the market these days.
No, that's a great neighborhood. I know that neighborhood. That's a great neighborhood. I, so let me ask you something. Why are they even, boom, you got to get into a dialogue, shocking on the beginning. I didn't know you were going to pull the realtor card, but I don't mind talking to realtors.
Okay, okay.
So my
Yeah.
next move would be with, is to kind of stimulate his greed button. Why are realtors in business? Same reason everybody else is, right?
Make money.
Make money. So back in the role play. Hey, let me ask you something. Can I call you Wade? I'm Claude, Mr. Realtor.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
You make a commission on the sale of the property or something going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to, could I make you an offer today on this property and you pass it on and get back to me before 5:30 today? It's okay to say no. I got other people to talk to.
I mean, it's gonna be a traditional sale, or
I don't know. Three
Oh.
most important words in sales. What happens when you say I don't know? What does that force
then
the other person
it
to what does
forces
that
them to
force the other person?
explain what they're asking.
You know, I don't know yet. I need to know more about this property. Can I ask you a few questions about it, and then I'll see if we'll see if we can construct an offer. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, you're really good. Hey, can we get off the phone? Can we get off the phone and go on Zoom? I'd like to meet you face to face.
Oh, okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Goes right back. I went right back into the system again. And what I want to find, and then I set up the agenda. I want to go into qualification. Why are they selling the home? Why didn't it sell? Is it vacant? Is there a mortgage on it? Is it free and clear? Is it small, medium, or large? If I wanted to buy the home, but rent it first for a year or two as an investment property, would they consider that? Would they consider owner finance since they have so much equity and it's vacant? Would they consider subject to the existing mortgage on the property and hold their equity in a note for 36 months? Or would they discount the property? I know they want $250 for it, but if I could close before New Year's Eve, would they be able to drop the price 22%?
Okay, okay.
I'm going to throw offers. I'm going to get information. Can it hurt? What's the worst he can say to me?
No.
No.
Right.
Why is he wants to make money though? He may be scared of the prospect too. Who knows? Or his listing might expire and then he's going to lose the listing completely unless they allow him to renew, right?
Yeah. Or do they pass you over to talk to the client directly?
Not
Not
often.
often.
They don't
I was
like
going to
to
ask if you push for that.
say again, Tim.
I was going to ask if you try to push to talk to the client directly.
You could do that. Hey, could we have a conference call, the three of us? And I'd like to make an offer. Could you arrange that today?
Yeah, yeah, we can do that.
I'll send you and your client a link on Zoom here, zoomclaude.com, and let's just talk, have a nice dialogue. If I'll make some offers, and if we can go ahead, you'll make some money. Maybe we can do other deals in the future, and your client's problem is solved, and I got a property I can use. Does that make sense?
Cool.
Does that make sense,
Yeah.
Mr. Realtor?
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good.
Should we put realtors to work finding us proper? By the way, in marketing, should we put realtors to work finding us properties?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you do that? What's that sound like? Call me. Somebody call me. Joseph, call me up. I'm Claude the Realtor, and you want to put me to work finding you a property in South Carolina.
From the is it cold call from the very beginning?
Yeah. You saw me. You saw me online somewhere. And,
Oh,
hello, Claude Diamond, Realtor, Keller Williams. How you doing? It's another wonderful day.
Yeah. I'm doing good. How about you?
I've had better days. You heard about my chihuahuas in the ice cream truck, right?
Yes, and you skip tips. Yes, I heard everything. Yes.
How can I help you today, sir?
Would you like to make some money?
Oh, yeah. It's Christmas.
I am investor. I'm looking for specific houses in your area. Maybe you can find for me some, and we can get it and get further with some more houses.
What kind of, are you pre-qualified, sir? What kind of houses are you looking for? Do you have money?
Yes, I do. I have 3-bedroom, I need 3-bedroom, 2 baths, 1-car garage at least.
And you're pre-qualified?
Yes, I am.
Can I have a copy of the letter from the bank that, or mortgage lender that pre-qualified you?
I have, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That, I'm playing a smart realtor.
yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh,
So
Usually
yeah,
when I'm buying house, I'm using private investor, so there is no bank pre-qualifications.
oh, so you have the money already taken care of, the loan?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And what range price house are you looking for, sir?
Around 200,000 in
Oh,
the
we have plenty of $200,000 houses. Anything specific?
It's what I mentioned, 3-bedroom, 2 baths, 1-car garage.
Oh, I have about 300 of them right now in the MLS.
That's good. That's good. Can you send me the best what you think is?
Okay, and you're looking to live, you said you're an investor. Are you looking for any kind of specific terms or pricing or anything?
It would be depend. So I need to know situation with the house, and my offer is going to be very fair for everybody, including you, of course.
Okay. Okay. Off the role play, the professional seasoned real estate agent, what's going through his head right now?
I've heard this call 100 times.
Is he serious?
Is he serious? Because
Yeah.
it was so broad what you were asking for.
Yeah.
I would, and I was trying to get you to narrow it down. What are you specifically looking for? A discounted, under market price, someone who will do a lease purchase or owner finance or something like that?
Mhm.
You know, so
Do the realtor know actually if they would be willing to do owner finance or lease option? It's very, very rarely.
well, you know what? Can it hurt to ask?
Yeah, of course.
Let's reverse the role. Joseph, you're a realtor in the area and everything. I'm looking for a property that I can leverage right now. Do you have anything where I could rent the property and purchase it in the next 24 months? You think anybody would give me an option with a lease on the property? Do you have anybody
don't
like that
know.
who's motivated?
I don't know.
Can you find out and get back to me by 3:30 today?
Maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow's too late. The meteor is going to hit.
Uh-oh.
You mean, are you sure? Otherwise, I'm looking for an investment property in that specific zip code. And I'd like to, basically, I have good credit and references and everything else. I'm just looking for something I can leverage right now. I could option that property with a lease and I'll pay the rent on it. I'll pay some rent on it and I'll keep it as an investment property and I can move on it right now. You'll probably make a commission or something on that property. And do you have any clients you might be losing the listing because it's gone 90 days or more?
Yeah, I do. But let me ask you. So you mentioned something leasing for a few years. What is this for me? How can I get my commissions?
I don't know. What's your contract say with your clients?
Upon the sale, it's 6%.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I understand. But so you do I have to wait 2-3 years to get my commissions?
I don't know your business, sir. What does your contract say with the people who are listed in your MLS? Do you have an option or a rental clause in there so you get a partial commission and then the full commission at the close? I don't know your business. I don't know your business, sir. Isn't?
I'll double check.
Yeah, you should. Or maybe would you like a consult? Maybe we could work out a consulting fee for me if we do a deal. Most jurisdictions, you're not allowed to pay a commission in advance of the sale to a real estate agent. But I mean, do real estate agents make money on rentals? Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe they need to go back to a property I've listed and maybe negotiate a rental agreement or something. Am I responsible for his business? You do have to add an incentive. I'll agree with you, Joseph. They've got to make some money somehow. So maybe you have to teach them to maybe get a rental or a management agreement or to renegotiate if we do a deal with the seller, since there's not a sale right away.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, good one. Put those other people to work. Jessica, you're in Belgrade?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
How's
Belgrade, Serbia.
oh, okay. I bet the food's
And-
great there.
See my new t-shirt?
What's it say? Perfect. Everything PERCFET. Perfect now.
Everything's perfect right now. Spelled PERCFET.
Got it. Got it. How about a role play?
Okay, I'll try. I'll try.
Let's do something. I'm a motivated seller. No, I'm a motivated buyer. I need a house. I
Okay.
need a house, and you just got a contract for 3 years on a nice house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 3 years. You're not going to make a lot of money on the sale price or on the rent. It's almost an even Steven deal. But you got a property. It's worth 200,000. You have a 3-year contract for 200,000. The rent is 1,000 a month, and that's the market rent right now. What are you going to do with that property? Just sell it.
Just try to sell it on. Okay, okay.
Just sell the contract. Hi,
Okay.
Jessica. Hi, I really need a house. I've been living in my mother-in-law's attic for 2 years now, and I really need a place, but I don't qualify because I just started a new job. Is there anything you can help me with?
Yeah, I think I can help you. Yeah. I'm not very good at this.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm frozen up.
We're just having fun.
Yeah.
Tell me that contract. Claude, I just found a house, 3 years. You can move into it. You can enjoy it. And you can move into it right away in January 1st, and I'll sell you the contract, and you can buy it in the next 3 years, whenever you want, something like that.
Okay. So I have a great opportunity for you. I have a house you can move straight into. You can live there for 3 years, and then you can have an option to buy it at the end of that time.
Oh, that's
how does
great.
that sound for
Yeah,
you?
and how much is the rent?
$1,000 a month, did you say?
I can afford that. What's the so what do I need to do? How do you make money? What should I do?
Just say yes. Sign
okay,
the contract.
Oh, God. What's that?
Sign the contract.
Oh, it is you already have a contract. You're just going to all we're talking about here, this is an assignment or arbitrage strategy. You're just going to sell me this contract, this piece of paper.
Okay.
This contract, if it was a contract, it's just my notebook, but this contract is 3 years on the house for 1,000 a month. You negotiated it. And now, is this worth money now to somebody who needs a house?
Yes.
Definitely.
Maybe it's not a good investor deal, but have you created something of value?
I see. Yeah.
So can you sell me this piece of paper that represents the right to move into the house? It's assignable.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
So sell me that contract, make some money before Christmas, buy the baby new shoes.
I've got the perfect solution for you.
Oh, what is it?
Just if you want to buy this contract, and we'll get you all set up, and
I like the house. Yeah, how much is it?
1,000 a month.
No, that's the rent. You're selling the paper. You're not. So you're getting out of the deal. You're just selling the contract that represents the deal you negotiated.
Okay. I forgot how much you said it was. Someone else finish it off here.
Okay, who wants to finish it off and sell me the contract? Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Joseph.
Let's maybe start from the beginning.
Just sell me the contract.
Yeah,
I want that. I want the house. I want the deal.
You called me, yes? So, Claude.
Yes, sir.
Just consider you won a lottery today. I got a beautiful house with very good terms, and you can move in on January 1st.
I want it. I'll take it. How much?
So it's you just need to pay me $10,000.
Wow.
10,000. Yes.
And what do I get for that 10,000?
You see, I have a contract for 200,000. In 3 years. It could worth 250, 260, maybe 300. You don't know, because market will turn back, and so you'll get, despite your 10,000 today, you'll get 50,000 in 2-3 years. It's good investment, and you're gonna get house, nice $1,000 per month rent. Enjoy from January 1st with all your chihuahuas.
I like the house, and I really need can you do any better on the 10,000? I mean, I really want it. I just wasn't prepared for that much money.
How much do you prepare for?
How about 5,000?
You know, as I mentioned, you won a lottery today.
Oh,
I never do it, but I would try to do it for you because you sounds like very nice person and you really need a house. I'll take 5,000 today and 5,000 note for 1 year.
and when do I have to pay on that note?
So it's like about 400, 450 per month.
Can I pay you 500 a month for 10 months and just get rid of it?
You pushing me very hard.
No, I gave you a better deal. You said 400, 450. I offered 500.
Yeah, but for more time. But you know what? Just for you. I would never do it, but just for you, Claude. So we got the deal. 5,000 today, 500 for 10 months.
There you go. Good role play. What he sold. See, if we can find a deal,
Yeah.
but it's maybe not a deal we can sandwich. It's just not a deal that's worth us staying involved in.
I see. Okay.
Can we take that contract, if it is assignable, and sell it to somebody else who does need a home, or another investor who wants their first property to, can we do that? Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think sometimes we make it too complicated. So if we're good at finding deals and the person does not want to drop the price or give us terms, but it's still a good home in a good neighborhood for a fair market price and a fair rent, but there's no way we can remarket it for ourselves, a sandwich leasing, subletting. Can we just sell the deal to somebody else? And that's another way to make money in this business.
Okay.
And you're out of the deal, by the way. You're gone. You don't have
Yeah.
to do the repairs. You don't have to collect the rent.
Right.
You don't have to do anything. Joseph just made $10,000. He got 5,000 in a note. Is that a nice thing to do on a Wednesday afternoon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even on Thursday, yes, that's fine.
Even on Thursday. You're right. You're right. Anybody else have a question or a role play? Otherwise, I'll invent another one.
A question about that assignment, if you want to go in that direction, but or if this only role. The question is about assignment versus novation. My understanding with an assignment is that it's still you're kind of still, even though you assigned it, you're still kind of tied into the contract.
Why?
It's just been the way that I've understood things as far as assigning the contract. You're still kind of liable for the contract.
Why?
Like, I guess maybe I don't understand the difference between a novation and an assignment.
Okay. Were you on my Monday group training?
I didn't make it.
Oh,
I'll watch that video if it's on
watch
there.
the video. I spent about 15 minutes I spent a few minutes talking about novations. I also have on the Zoom chat room, if you can get in there, I have a 38-minute video that goes into all the pros and cons of novations, because there's a lot of controversy. There's a lot of interest in that right now. An assignment,
Right.
It comes back to how did you, I loved contracts in law school. It was my favorite class, my favorite subject. It depends on the contract and what it says in that. My contracts say, I use some people just do and or assigns. I have a specific paragraph in it, and it says to sublet, transfer, or convey, and all subsequent liability or is extinguished, is gone on the property. Okay, so the word I use is sever. All it is completely severed at that time upon the assignment. Okay, so that means I no longer have a part in that transaction, what you were talking about before. So you got to do your contracts correctly. Also do your contracts through an S corporation. So something goes wrong, you still have a good paragraph. You've severed all connectivity to that deal, but someone still wants to sue you. How do you? if they sue, are they going to sue you personally, or are they going to sue you your $500 LLC?
The LLC.
LLC.
How much money do you have in that LLC?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Like, can I tell you something about court? Everybody says that we're in a very litigious society. Agreed?
Mhm, mhm.
Okay. If they sue you and they win and they get a judgment on a corporation that has no money,
Mm,
are they, it doesn't really matter. It's not affecting you, your credit, your social security. There's some gurus who will make you hysterical and everything like that. Make sure you have
What
a
about
good
piercing the corporate veil?
right. So you have to do business right. What does that mean to do a corporate right? You have to file your taxes. You have to have corporate meetings and record them. You do the most minuscule amount of work and you have a viable corporation. Most important thing is file your taxes on it, declare it. Even if you don't have to pay taxes, still file the forms, have the meetings, have a logbook. And if you do things right, the right way, they can only pierce the corporate veil if it shows that your intent is to do something fraudulent, is to misrepresent yourself, is to evade the legalities. Christina has to go. Great, I'm glad you like the role plays. So that's the beauty of doing a lease option or an option with an assignment clause or a sales agreement. A novation means that you're going to substitute the parties in a new contract, or use the existing contract and substitute the parties. That's a novation. And in order to me, it's always about the intent. The novations that I've seen out there is where you're going to a seller and saying, hey, I want to help you sell your home. I want to fix it up. I want to put it on the MLS. And I'm going to find somebody, and then you're going to allow me with this power of attorney or power to act as your attorney. And we have all this paperwork here. And then you're going to allow me to substitute Joe Blow in my position as buyer. To be just as a sales guy, that's a hard sell. That sounds very complicated and confusing. How do you sell that to somebody? Tim?
I don't know how. Like, it sounds confusing. It sounds like the normal homeowner that I'm dealing with would, a lot of the times they'll freeze on that kind of when I try to explain something, homeowner will freeze. They may or may not get their attorney involved.
The minute you get attorneys involved, what happens to the deal?
The attorneys get in the way and then they do the deal themselves.
I'm a KISS method. Listen, there's nothing wrong with the novation. There's probably some people doing that out there successfully. I'm a KISS method guy. I like to keep it simple. I want to explain it so it makes sense to the buyer and the seller. Okay. I don't want to be accused of practicing real estate without a license in a state. So when you go to somebody and say, I'm going to help you sell, I'm going to put your property in the MLS, you're going to give me a limited power of attorney. It seems to me that's a more complicated way of doing business.
Right.
And the more complicated the business gets, the greater the likelihood it's going to fall apart. Whereas if I go to somebody and I say, look, I'd like an option on your property on it, or it can be a lease with an option. If I can just do an option, I like doing options on land. I'll go to somebody who has land, it's sitting there and they're paying taxes on it. And I'll say, hey, you know what? I'd like to buy your property for this price in the next 3 years. I'd like to, and I'll give you 1,000 down and 1,000 a year for every year that you allow me to have this option, so I can decide whether to buy it in the next 36 months, for example. Can I have a right to assign clause, that very specific clause I spoke about? Okay. And upon the assignment, all liability from me as a principal is severed. You got to have that strict legal language in there. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Because I'm sure someone has assigned it. What they did, what you're talking about is gurus love to scare people. So somebody probably assigned a contract to someone who didn't qualify, who destroyed the property, who didn't make the payments or the taxes. And then the owner went to the original person and said, hey,
Mm.
you were negligent. You put this
Mhm.
bum in my property who destroyed it.
Right.
So
right.
could you be liable in that kind of framework? Sure. But
Mm.
it's not likely if you do it the right way for the
Mm.
reasons having the right contract designed and doing all business through your LLC or S corp or C corp.
Mm. Mm.
Right.
Yeah, lawyers, the minute a deal gets too complicated and that you got to bring in lawyers and powers of attorney and all this other stuff, I think it's a hard sell, first of all, and then I think it gets too complicated. I don't want to, so I don't, the novation is, it seems to me there's much easier ways to do business.
Definitely.
How about just buy the property? If it's a great deal, buy it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Wade, Claude Diamond, how are you, buddy?
Hey, good.
Listen, I got a deal here. I've got this condo in Pasadena. It's about 300,000 under market, but my money's tied up in other deals. Would it be possible I know we can turn this over and make at least 250 to 300,000 on it. I just don't have the money and I can't qualify for the mortgage right now because I'm in these other deals. Would you like to partner with me and have a 50% equity position?
Wow, that sounds great. 300,000, huh?
You'll make 150 minimum on this property.
Wow.
It's okay to say, and it's okay to say no to me. I got 10 other investors to call, but I just sent you a prospectus with the comps, with the estimated repairs, very little, with the valuation of the property in the area, and a lot of pictures. And it's a great deal. Motivated seller. I've got it under contract. I just between you and me, I just can't qualify to close on it right now. I'm tapped out.
Got it. Yeah, no. So the prospectus, you emailed it to me?
I did. Yeah, you looked it over, and isn't it great? Say yes.
Yeah. This looks really good. This looks
So
really good. Do you think?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, if I'm putting all the money up, can we do 60-40?
Tell you what, you know what? Good for you for asking. You're a smart businessman. I'll tell you what. Would you like to just buy the contract from me and give me? I could use some extra cash right now for my other deals, and you make all the money. Would you like to just buy it from me right now?
I mean, round numbers. What are you thinking?
Well, if we did a 60-40, I'd still have 120,000. And I'll tell you what. I'll give you a great deal, 35,000 right now, and it's you keep all the money.
Oh wow, okay, 35,000. Yeah, I think I can do that.
Think?
Yes, I can do that.
What? I'm sorry?
Yes, I think I could do that. Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to do a wire transfer? And I'll send you an agreement. You sign it, I sign it, and you do a wire transfer today. And you guys, sir, you're going to make yourself over $250,000 for a $35,000 purchase from me.
Wow, that sounds great. Thank you, Claude.
Okay, so you can do that wire transfer and send me a confirmation before 5 o'clock today.
Yes, I could do that before 5.
And I'll send you a contract right now. I'll sign it. I'll use DocuSign. And upon receipt, proof of funds being transferred to my bank account, you got yourself a property you're going to make 300,000 plus on.
That's great. Awesome.
Boom. That's wheeling and dealing. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it better sometimes to take 35,000 today than 100,000+ next year?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes not.
Everything's negotiable. It can't hurt to ask. And if
Right.
you're asking and talking to enough people every day using the gut sales method, somebody is eventually going to say yes. On a
So
deal.
what if you have a deal you're not sure on the value, but you want to get it tied up?
Well, a lot of time you can do it subject to.
Yeah.
I ask a lot of questions. Hey, Wade, how'd you get the valuation on that property? You said it's worth 250. Could you tell me how you derived that idea, that price?
Well, we bought it in 1989 and for 100,000, so we figured it's worth probably 250.
You figured it based on what? On recent sales over the last 90 days, or you just pulled a number out of the air?
Yeah, we were just kind of thinking that would be the number we'd want to have.
Okay, I'd like to be 6'2", but God made me 5'8". You know, I mean, do you always get what you want?
Yeah, not always, not always.
Okay, so can we? I'll tell you what. I'm going to do a little research. Can I call you back in about 30 minutes? And if you don't have the comps or anything on that to support your price, then do you?
No, I don't.
Okay. So let me do a little research. And sometimes maybe the property's worth more. It's usually worth less.
Right.
And then you go back into your negotiation with him. And it's always tied to his motivation. Let me ask you something, Wade, before I get off the phone. Why are you even selling this house? You're living in it. You've been in it, what, 10 years?
Yeah, 10 or 11. Mm-hmm.
Say another 10, 11. Good memories in the house?
Oh yeah, good memories for sure. Yeah, I think we just want to move out of state, so I don't know if I want to rent it anymore.
Why don't you just keep it? Take your time. You're not in any rush, right?
Yeah, I mean, it might be nice to sell it though, just before, it might be nice just to get rid of it.
I mean, you just woke up one morning and said, honey, let's just sell this house and move to another state. What am I doing? Off the role play. What am I doing?
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to figure out the needs and greeds, right? You're trying to figure out, you're putting in the qualification.
Yeah, this is a reverse psychology, a redirection. I'm going the complete unexpected opposite way. No, you don't want to do it. You want to stay in that house. No, I have to sell it. I need the money. I got a new job. I'm getting married in Okinawa. You got to find out the rationale, which will tell you the level of motivation and the time frame on the deal. I got to go, guys. It's 11 o'clock and here in Winter Park, Colorado.
Awesome.
Did we have some fun today?
We did.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you so
Everybody,
much.
take care. Jessica, a good night, I think. Right?
Dobro Jutros, good afternoon, and Lukonosh is good night.
What time is it over there?
It is it's 7 p.m.
Oh, okay. I was well, it's dinner time then. Anyway, take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me.
Do widzenia. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.